Hello, and welcome to Real Person Reviews. I'm Sam, and I'm a real person. And today I want to talk to you about Ultimate NES Remix for Nintendo 3DS. But before I go into the review, you can go to www.thegravelpit.net or click on the link in the description to see a written review of this instead, or, do it before watching this or after, whatever you want to do. Let's hit it. Ultimate NES Remix is basically this collection of mini challenges, taking out these little sections of NES games, and you're just given some objective to do, and you're supposed to play those games and just complete the objective. And the idea is to do it very quickly and efficiently, and you get a rating on how well you do out of 3 stars. Typically, you get 1 star for beating it if you use to continue, I believe. You get 2 stars if you beat it within a reasonable amount of time, and without using a continue, you get 2 stars. If you beat it rather quickly, in a decent amount of time, you get 3 stars. There's also this rainbow star ranking, where if you do it exceptionally fast, you'll get a rainbow border around your stars, and it's an even better ranking. So there's a ranking system going on with these mini games. Getting stars allows you to unlock additional challenges, either additional ones in each game that you've unlocked, and it unlocks new games with challenges in them. And there's a variety of games that these challenges span from. And they're each put into their own category. And there's, a lot of stuff like Super Mario Bros. Pretty much all the NES Super Mario Bros. Are there, including the Lost Levels. And there's Zelda and Zelda 2. There's Punch Out. There's Kirby. There's all kinds of stuff on there. It's a really good collection of games. And I've not played the first NES remix nor the second. I believe this is just like a kind of a greatest hits of the ones from both of those put onto here, basically. Which means not all of them made it, like the NES Remix 1 and 2 collection on Wii U, but it's on your 3DS. What do you want? And then there's also a couple of columns of challenges that there's a remix. There's two columns of remix challenges and one of bonus challenges. And in the remix challenges, basically they take some elements from these games and try to mix them up and like make mechanics work in different ways. So like there's one where like you're Mario and you have a star, but the star invincibility lasts forever and you're just trying to kill a bunch of enemies with it. Or there's one where I had to break blocks and collect coins in a Mario Underground level as Kirby, and like that's interesting little like things like that are just thrown in, and it's just a lot of like little mini games basically for you to do, a lot of little challenges, and well, that's fun. It's just a way to kind of celebrate NES games, and it's a cool way to repackage the same games that they've basically been repackaging for years, but doing it in an interesting and fun way. And they kind of work almost like demos too, because like you play a little bit of these and you kind of get an idea of like the kind of stuff you'll be doing in these games, and it's like, oh, it's a promotional tool. Like, hey, this game is fun. Maybe I should check it out on the Nintendo eShop, which there is a button on the main menu which closes the game and goes into the eShop if you want to get them. So I guess it's supposed to be sort of like a demo. That may have been a bit much, but so it's really cool in that regard for like newcomers. You can play it and it's like, oh, like I never even knew about any of this stuff. Maybe I want to get the full games now and stuff, or you just have fun with them as mini games, even if you don't want to play necessarily those full games. It's also good for intermediate players because, like myself, where, I know some of the games, I know some of the stuff, but I'm not real great at a lot of them. And these challenges kind of make me hone my skills and practice parts over and over again and let me actually retry stuff a lot. And because of this, I feel like I'm better at these games now because I've trained myself on these different things. So that's pretty cool. And it's also good for veterans as well. Just a way for them to kind of celebrate, like, oh yes, like I know how to do this stuff really well, and they probably try to get all the Rainbow Star rankings for that stuff that they know so well. And you can also, you know, compete for like online leaderboards and stuff, and try and get, you know, better than people online in like your region, or just compete with your friends for the best scores and times and all that. That's pretty cool. I think that's you know, it's cool for all ages and all degrees of gamers. I think it's just a great way to do that and to celebrate and practice and promote. It's just a great tool for multiple things all around. I think it's a really cool idea. Very much into that. Plus, it's something you can have on the go, so it's one of those where, like, you know, you might just play a few challenges here and there for, you know, like, oh, I got 5-10 minutes free to play a couple of these really short challenges. Or you're like, you know, be like me and just kind of get addicted to it and just binge play a lot of them. It's pretty cool. And you can unlock some stuff. Usually just unlock more challenges by getting stars from beating other challenges. I think there are a couple things that you unlock by doing, like, I think if you 3-star all of the main challenges, you unlock one more challenge. If you beat that challenge, you unlock super... you unlock a Ultimate Famicom Remix, which is the same thing, just with the Famicom versions of the games. So you can see kind of some slight differences between them, so that's kind of an interesting little thing to look at, like things that look different and sound different and maybe have slightly different, you know, arrangements, but they're all generally the same challenges. So that's there, and it's also good for extending the gameplay of it, as well as basically you get to play the game over again, and that's probably where you'd want to start if you were going to do that. So that's cool, and it keeps all your records and stuff, so you can even just compete for your own personal best. A lot of cool little things with this. I think there's one challenge you have to unlock by getting Rainbow Star on all the challenges. I did not get that because I am not that good, and that's just me. And the other couple things that are on there is that there's a Speed Super Mario Bros. Thing in the menu. You can pick that, and basically it's Super Mario Bros., the original Super Mario Bros., with everything sped up. So you go really fast through it, and I guess it's a way to truly speedrun the game faster than ever before. And I'm not that great at Super Mario Bros. To start with, so I died and lost before I got to the end of it. But, you know, it's cool, and it's an interesting thing to throw on there, and I feel like they understand their audience with that. And there's also Nintendo, or it's called Championship Mode, which is supposed to be similar to like the Nintendo World Championships. And basically, it's you get like 50 coins in, I think it's 50 in Super Mario Bros. You get 25 coins in Super Mario Bros. 2, and then you try to just get as high a score as you can in, or not, Super Mario Bros. 3, sorry. And then you try to get as high a score you can in Dr. Mario. And adding all those things up, they'll accumulate score based on time and points and all that, and then you can upload your scores. And again, competition for online or with friends or just for yourself. And I think that's it's interesting. You know, it's kind of a cool thing. I think there are a few downsides to this game. As wonderful as I think a lot of these ideas are, the few downsides are like, I think the ranking system maybe could have been more clear that there were rainbow stars from the beginning, but I guess you'll probably find out sooner or later. Some of the challenges are pretty fun to do, but other ones are a fucking nightmare, and they're really hard, and I don't know that there's any way to really, I guess maybe it's just based on what you're good at and what you're not good at, but I feel like some of them are just more annoying than anything. And getting Rainbow Star ranking on some of those is just ridiculous, so that is fairly annoying. And like Ultimate Famicom Remix mode, again, it's not really worth all of the effort, because then you're just unlocking a thing to do it all again. It's kind of interesting, I guess, but since most of the stuff is largely the same, it just feels like they want you to play the same game again and feel like it's more content when it's really not. And I think the only other thing, I guess, besides, you know, there's also no real multiplayer aside from competing for scores, is that, like, just the nature of the game is that, you know, it's a bunch of little mini games, a bunch of little challenges. So it's not like an overarching experience. It's not a cohesive experience. You know, you're not going on an adventure. You're not building up skills to go and meet a goal. You're just kind of trying to get these stars, and once you accomplish the little challenge, you're done with that, and you move on to the next thing. And it can be kind of hard to move from game to game with the different physics and the controls and everything. But it's still like, it just doesn't feel like doesn't feel like a whole. It doesn't feel like you're working towards anything. It's just kind of a thing you chip away at until you're done. So that's just kind of the nature of the beast. But it's definitely something to consider. I'd hold it up right now, but I don't. I got it on the eShop, so it's just the download version. Sorry. Yeah, Ultimate NES Remix. Ultimately, I think it's a good game. It's very fun. It's cool. Like I say, if you haven't played NES before, it's a cool way to introduce you to some of those, give you some kind of demo stuff. And it's if you're intermediate like me, somewhere in the middle, it's a good way to kind of hone your skills and get better at some of these games and get more interested and be like, maybe I can beat that game now. And if you're a veteran at it, it's a good way to kind of show off and be like, how good can I do and how good am I compared to like other people who are also good online and all that. So it's a really cool way for being casual or competitive. It's a good promotional tool, good learning tool, interesting observational thing for the differences between NES and Famicom. All that stuff. Speed Mario Bros. Is an interesting little thing to throw in there, and the championship thing is a nice dip of the hat to the Nintendo World Championships. So, overall, it's a pretty cool package. I'd say it's one of those games that's probably worth maybe even $20 to $30. Because it's a lot of fun, and like I say, it's either going to be one you can pick up and play whenever because it's fairly short bursts of doing stuff, or if you're getting addicted to it, just binge play it. And either way, I think you'll have a good time with it. You might not like all the games or all the challenges, but I think overall you'll probably enjoy the experience, and I think it's definitely possible for you to get 3 stars on everything, because I could do it, and I suck at games. So, which of these were your favorite challenges, or what were your favorite games here? Honestly, after playing this, the only thing that I hadn't really played before was Kid Icarus, and I kind of want to play that now, because some of those challenges are really cool. Maybe that's just me. But, leave whatever you want in the comments related to Ultimate NES Remix and NES games and such. And, I don't know. That's cool. That's neat. So that's it. If you want to check out the written review, that's at www.thegravelpit.net, or go to the link in the description. I'm Sam. I've been a real person, and I hope you liked the review.